guys? Brett and Steven here. We are 1 week post the incredible fight night on ESPN, a historical fight night. Donald Cowboy Cerrone got the win, and what we wanted to talk about was in the post-fight conference, or the post-fight interview rather, Donald Cerrone called out Conor McGregor. He said he wanted to fight him. And then Conor McGregor tweeted Donald Cerrone, or he tweeted at Donald Cerrone, I guess, and said, "For a fight like that, Donald, I will fight you." So we all know Conor makes his own decisions. We all know Conor has his legacy. We all know Conor is the type of guy that can pretty much tell Dana White what he wants to do and when he wants to do it. So if there's anything in Donald Cerrone's favor, we think Conor McGregor would accept the fight.
Yeah, and this is a fight that's been in the making. I mean, a while ago when they were doing it was like a big old press conference, and there was Conor and Donald. They had some back and forth.
Yeah.
And then recently they were supposed to fight, and then it fell through, and Donald Cerrone got this fight.
Yeah.
And now there's more talk. So it already has a little building. They're going to be able to promote it pretty well.
Well, and it's been people have talked about this fight. Even when Conor McGregor was really starting to gain traction, there were talks of Donald Cerrone. And I think that they're on a collision course to meet each other.
I completely agree.
You have Conor McGregor, who right now is obviously the biggest name in the sport, and he draws a crowd. But you also have Donald Cerrone, who's like the people's champ. Everybody loves Donald Cerrone.
And this fight should be tailored to Conor. Like, he likes fighting people that stand and bang with him. And, Cowboy will stand and bang with him.
He will. And Conor McGregor's a pressure fighter. He likes to move forward. He likes to push forward. And like we said with Alexander Hernandez, like Rafael Dos Anjos, the people who beat Donald Cerrone are the guys who do pressure him, get Cowboys back against the cage, and land those big shots. So I think, honestly, that would be a great fight for both of them. It's tailored to the fans. Yeah. Not only do you have two huge names in the sport, you have a fight style that
Donald
would be...
Cerrone, who's definitely going to be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, for sure.
40 Zuffa fights. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
The guy's he fights 10 times a year if he could.
I agree. And what I really like about this fight is you know what you're going to get. Whenever you watch Conor McGregor fight and when you watch Cowboy Cerrone fight, they don't really say one thing and then do something different in the octagon. Cowboy Cerrone, if he says, "I'm going to go in there and I'm going to stand and bang," he's going to go and he's going to stand and bang. And same with Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is good just about everywhere, but especially in this style of matchup, I wouldn't be surprised if nobody went for a takedown at all. They just stood and banged.
You would like to think that, but I think Cowboy, he said he hopes that Alexander stands up with them, and then he ended up taking down Alexander. Maybe it was to negate the pressure, you know what I mean?
Very possible.
Like we were talking about, Cowboy's usually not good at people pressuring him, but I think he's learned over the years because in that last fight, Alexander Hernandez pressured him, and he kind of neutralized it. So maybe
maybe that's why he did the takedown as well.
Yeah, maybe he learned how to get over that hump.
Yeah, well, I think Conor McGregor, he has that left hand, and Conor McGregor has very quick striking, and that could be a problem for Donald Cerrone, because if there's one thing Donald Cerrone gets hit by, it seems like one shot, and then he kind of covers up, and then they land a bunch of shots.
It's always the body shots, and then if he gets a good body shot, even versus Alexander Hernandez, his last fight again, those body shots, I noticed he would always go down, and that leaves his face really open.
Maybe he's picking his poison. Maybe he's saying, if I take a really bad body shot, I'm done, but I can at least it's a risk, calculated risk. I don't know.
In all his fights, I don't think Cowboy's ever been knocked out or TKO'd. TKO'd from the body, but not from the head, right?
I don't think so. They
may be wrong, but
they were. I want to say they were all referee stoppages. He's never been just knocked out cold. But but for this fight, I think that for Donald Cerrone, he wants to be on the trajectory to get back to the title. Yeah, and there's nothing bigger than a win against Conor McGregor at 155 pounds.
That one will pay good, too.
It'll pay good, and now he'll say, look, I'm on a 3-fight win streak. I beat Conor McGregor. Give me Khabib.
And then send it for Conor McGregor. Cowboy has so many records under his belt. Most UFC fights, most UFC finishes.
Yep.
So many.
Yeah. But those are big time
exactly.
records. I mean, he's got he's tied or up in the top 2 or 3 of fight night bonuses, But the thing about Conor McGregor, I think if Conor McGregor at this point wants to cement his legacy from the opponents that he fights, he's already cemented his legacy with the champ thing. But what I mean by the fighters are, you can look through a lot of Conor McGregor's fights and be like, well, Chad Mendes didn't have a full fight camp. Well, when is anyone going to knock out Jose Aldo in 13 seconds? Well, Nate Diaz should have beat him the second time. So I think at this point in Conor McGregor's career, he's got all the gold. He's got all the money. Now he needs to start fighting these top-tier veterans that really can make him like, okay, there's not a shadow of a doubt now. You know?
And if they made the Khabib-Conor fight, I feel like people would just go nuts because he really doesn't deserve that rematch.
Not
I mean, get a couple fights under your belt again and then do a rematch. Even that would probably even be too soon, but at least the fans can't complain like you got dominated for 4 rounds and you get an instant rematch,
Well, and Donald Cerrone's not a chump. I mean, you beat Donald Cerrone and then you beat one more top, 5 or 6 lightweight. Okay, now maybe we can give you because in all reality, who's Conor McGregor going to fight that's not going to be a top 5
That's exactly
guy?
what I was thinking. The only person I could think about is you could do the trilogy with Nate Diaz, or you could do Cowboy, because there's no other fight that I see. Maybe Max Holloway, but I don't think he wants to make that weight again.
Tony Ferguson, I'd like to see Tony Ferguson, I think Tony Ferguson Khabib is in the.
I think that needs to happen.
Yeah. As a fight fan, if I had any say, I would do that.
Yeah, I was gonna do a top 5 just so you guys know in the future, top 5 fights I want to see in 2019, and that's at the top of my list.
Yeah.
Khabib, Ferguson.
Absolutely. But yeah, hopefully this fight comes to fruition. I mean, I love Donald Cerrone. Steven and I were talking about it over the weekend. That's who got me into fighting. I love his style, that kickboxing style.
He's
love
just a wild man.
He's
a
just a
fun person. His stories.
And I love that he shut up Alexander Hernandez. And that's not a knock on Alexander Hernandez, but sometimes you need to be humbled.
Exactly.
And he got humbled. So hopefully this fight takes place. Conor McGregor already agreed. Donald Cerrone already agreed. It makes sense to us. And Dana White right now, wants money fights. What a bigger money fight than this.
So let's do our little, always when we talk about these videos, we'll do a breakdown once it happens closer to the fight. But right now, when it's just like an idea in the air, who do you think would win if they fought?
Well, I want Cowboy Cerrone to win. He's my favorite fighter. It's really hard for me to pick against him. But I just feel like Conor McGregor's striking's too sharp, and he's a southpaw, and I think that Donald Cerrone would struggle with that. And Conor McGregor pressures like crazy, and I feel like this would be kind of like a Eddie Alvarez fight. You know how Conor was pressuring him, and he was just one step ahead. He was picking his shots.
Cowboy did beat Eddie Alvarez, though.
He did. You're absolutely right. But that's just my initial thought. Now, whether or not Donald Cerrone works on that and he decides I'm going to pressure him, that was just my initial reaction was, man, Conor really pressures. He's a southpaw. Donald Cerrone doesn't do well with pressure. So I would probably pick Conor McGregor in a decision. I don't think he would knock him out.
I think someone's going to get finished in that fight.
Think?
If they fight, yeah. It's going to be 5 rounds. Either Conor will gas, and then Cowboy has a really good gas tank. So towards the end, I think he would pick him apart. And Cowboy's someone who hits your body a lot with those kicks, and then eventually goes to the head. And once you start fatiguing, he starts finding those open shots. You know what I mean?
Well, and I don't think he's necessarily a better striker than Conor McGregor, but I think he has more tools. He throws a lot more head kicks. He throws a lot more body shots. He throws a lot more leg kicks. Conor McGregor has really good boxing. You don't see him throw a lot of kicks, and this is going to be a taller, longer opponent.
He almost has like a karate style of boxing.
Yeah, he does. And he throws that front kick to the belly, but Donald Cerrone's going to be a little bit taller. He's going to be a little bit bigger,
Lengthier.
Yeah. So Donald Cerrone can probably keep him at range. So it's really hard because the more I talk about it now, I'm like, well, maybe Donald Cerrone would do better.
Yeah, it depends on, it's like when it comes to MMA, it's all about spacing, and you have to fight to your style. So Cowboy's going to want to keep that distance, and I think McGregor's going to get in that
And
distance a little bit.
one thing is, I forget the guy's name. He used to train with the Diaz's. He's a kickboxer. Now he's always in Donald Cerrone's corner. I cannot remember his name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about? He's got both tattoos.
Yeah, not Shields.
Dang it. It's like right on the tip
I
of my
know.
tongue. But anyways, so he's like a world class, I think he's a world champion kickboxer. So, you know, Donald Cerrone has amazing training partners that can help him with his distance control. Not that he needs help, but when you're fighting a guy like Conor McGregor, who has a really good karate base, you know, or a weird southpaw karate base, it really helps.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name still. It's bugging me.
I know.
Whatever. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think the fight's going to happen? If it did happen, who do you think's going to win it? I know a lot of you guys are going to say Conor McGregor because everyone's a huge Conor McGregor fan, it seems like. But I'm just curious. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.